Welcome everybody to another late edition of the Omnibus Collectors Network, the manga collecting show here on said network. I am one of your hosts this evening, Gio from A Week in Geekdom, and I'm joined by the awesome Omnibus Collector himself. Riley, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing well, and I'm hoping we get some new blood in the chat tonight. I went ahead and advertised the show because I know people on my channel love it when I talk about upcoming releases. So this is hopefully some new people join in and get to see what new manga we're excited about this month.
Hell yes, I'm excited as well. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm sorry that we're a little bit late. I had some really nasty technical difficulties, and I had no internet up until now. So yay, technology, God bless. So let's get on right to it. Oxmeat Pete, Farhan Said, Travis Gilmer, all the wonderful regulars are here. That brings me a lot of joy that regardless of our technical hiccups, you're still here with us waiting for us to go live. That is awesome. Thank you, everybody. So while I get the thing ready for all the previews and stuff, we usually like to talk a little bit about hauls and reads. So have you hauled or read anything recently, manga related?
I have. I did a haul video and I showed all that stuff, and it was just a bunch of releases from last month. So I've been trying to read through those releases since I posted that. Let me see. I'm right now reading the new volume of Golden Kamuy, volume 20, I think it is. So something that's always really awesome. One of my favorite ongoings right now. And then I read what else did I read? Oh, I did a video for Zom 100. I read that first volume, a lot of fun.
Saw that.
Yeah. Blood on the Tracks. And then the last time we did this, you mentioned Miruko-chan. And so I got that and I read that first volume. So a lot of cool things that I've read. I don't remember everything I've read thus far, but for anyone who wants to see like what I hauled, if you didn't watch that video, you can check that out. But I do have some stuff that should be coming in manga related in the next few days. I really enjoyed Zom 100, and I looked at I had known that the same writer had done a couple of things before, but I thought that the series Hide and Closer was not available physically in English. And then I found that it was, and I found a set of that series on eBay, and got an offer from the seller to, lower the price by $10 or something like that. And I was like, sure. So I went ahead and ordered that, and it's 7 volumes. So I'll have 7 volumes of that series coming in pretty soon. I'm excited about that because it's the first time I've bought a series that's not a newer release in a long time. Like not just one volume of something, but like a full 7 volumes.
The full set, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a while since I've been able to do that. And I don't know when I'll get to reading it, but I'm definitely excited to check it out because of how much I enjoyed Psalm 100. What about yourself? What have you been up to?
Well, I also put out my monthly haul video where I talked about caving in and getting the Pokemon Collector's Edition that I said I wasn't going to get, but I got. So so I followed through with my plan. I have the 2 box sets. Not going to get rid of them. And volume 6 goes 16, 17, and 18, so I was missing 15. Volume 15. So I ordered that from Right Stuff.
Nice.
A single volume. And I'm excited to get through all that stuff. However, after seeing how nice they are, now I kind of want to go back and buy all the other collector's editions. I'll keep the box sets because they're mementos and they mean something to me. They're gifts. I'll just store them elsewhere, but I'll probably get that because they look pretty damn nice.
Yeah, they are really nicely put together volumes. But speaking of retailers and stuff, we do have to shout out to our sponsor for this channel and for our video, InStockTrades.com. InStockTrades.com, where you can buy all of your comics and manga at deep discounts up to 50% off. You get $50 or more in your order, and you get free shipping in the US. So that's huge. And you can upgrade to UPS ground if you want to have a quicker shipping experience and stuff like that. Fantastic prices, fantastic customer service. It's instocktrades.com. I just tried to do Jess's jingle.
Nice. You did the jingle. We didn't have Jess on Monday, so everybody was disappointed that we didn't do the jingle. But you're here. God bless.
Instocktrades.com. That sounded more like an actual commercial, like something you'd have on the radio.
Shout out to N-Man.
Yes.
Who bought Volume 1 of Golden Kamuy. I hope I like it.
Yes.
I haven't read it.
You love it.
I've only watched the series. I think you're going to love it.
And shout out to Farhan. Farhan, always one of the friendliest and nicest people in the chat whenever he shows up. Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble in Malaysia watching our show. But I appreciate that you're here.
If the boss asks, just say we're talking business.
Yeah, you're on a
stocks.
Call. You're talking stocks. We're talking
stocks.
Selling Dr. Seuss books.
Oh yeah, for sure. Out of print books.
My wife and I, just a quick aside, we go on walks every morning and every evening, and the morning after the whole Dr. Seuss thing, I spent the whole walk just like ranting about like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
I know. What are you gonna do? I mean, if you own the books, sell them.
Seriously. Let's see. Choose 20th Century Boys.
Trying to start reading manga. I chose 20th Century Boys about the first volume of the Perfect Edition, but I saw later that there are some out of print, at least here in Spain. Do they get reprinted periodically, or you haven't lost your chance? It's a hot series that's still coming out, so Viz will pump them out eventually. You just got to wait a little while.
Yeah, they circulate new printings of stuff as often as they can, and I think that there are some limitations on the printers at the moment, so they're getting them out as quickly as possible. So be patient, and maybe I know you can find stuff online through like Comixology and stuff if you can't wait to keep reading it, or just hold off on reading it so you don't have to worry about cliffhangers and stuff.
Yeah. Israel, shout out for tuning in. How do you read so many things at the same time? I stick to a series at a time. What's the secret? Shoot. I try and space out my reading through days. And by that, like on a Monday, I'll read one series. And then on a Tuesday, I'll switch to another one. And then Wednesday, I'll go back to the other one. That's what I do. At least with anime, with seasonal anime, I've gotten accustomed to it because it's a daily thing. There's a new episode of a certain series, and I watch a ton of series. I'm watching 26 different shows right now, and every day there's a different one. So I try and do that with manga, where every day is something different.
I don't know. I've always read a lot, like, because I've been buying and collecting manga physically for about 20 years now. I think like 18, 19 years. And since I started, I've always been reading a lot of series at the same time. And I think like at this point, every month I pick up at least 20 new volumes of manga. And before, like I'm very behind, and I'm trying to get caught up. Thank you, Israel, for the super chat there.
Whoa! Thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to get caught up on comics again, and I usually read like 30 to 40 issues a week of stuff like Marvel, DC, Image, whatever, just to stay up to date with what's going on. But I think I need to kind of cut back on that and push some stuff to the side, because if I'm being honest, my memory is going a little bit, and I think that some medication that I've started might help with that. So fingers crossed, because it really sucks when like you love talking about comics and then all of a sudden you realize one day that you can't remember what you just read. So hopefully that I think what I've been doing is helping with my memory problems. But yeah,
Awesome.
let's talk
Israel,
about some new
again,
releases.
Yes, and Blaz, that is true. That is a lot of shows. Yes, I will be doing a live stream on my channel, reviewing all that stuff. It's chaotic in my head right now. So we'll save some of the questions at the end of the stream. Don't worry about it. I left some that I want to go back to. Let's share my screen real quick. Chrome tab.
Let's try to. My wife wants to go on a. Yeah, I can see it. So my wife wants to take a walk in 35 minutes. So let's see how quickly we can get through all. Ooh, Grand Blue Dreaming right off the bat.
All right, let's do it. All
So,
right, I got this. Don't worry about it. We'll go on that.
Do we have the? We also need
Uh,
the first week releases.
First week releases.
Be,
I got you. Don't worry.
They'll be under new releases.
Give me one quick second. I'll read those off real quick. Obviously, I couldn't get to them in time because it's already Thursday. But for this week, that already most of them already came out. We had Dr. Stone reboots Byakuya, Ideal Sponge Your Life Volume 8. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out at my level, Volume 5. Happy Sugar Life, Volume 8. I Will Not Reach You, Volume 1. No, that's a comic. Arpeggio of Blue Steel, I hope I said that right, Volume 17. Arifureta, Volume 6. Akashi Records, Volume 11. Those are some 7 Seas manga. Kakegurui Twin, Volume 9. My Hero Academia, Team Up Missions, Volume 1. That's a new spin-off title. My Hero Academia Vigilantes Volume 9 came out. Penguin Gentleman, which we will see again on the listing, but it already came out in some marketplaces. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Stone, or the Philosopher's Time, Volume 4. Play It Cool Guys, Volume 1. Restaurant to Another World, Volume 4. Saint's Magic is Omnipotent, Volume 2. Snow White with Red Hair, Volume 12. Super X Heroes, Volume 1. We Swore to Meet Next Life When Things Got Weird, Volume 2. And Cat Q-chan, Volume 1. So that's all the stuff that came out on this week. Here we begin with the second week. We got Grand Blue Dreaming, Volume 12, which I know you're collecting.
Yes. Fantastic comedy series.
Osan Idol Volume 2, Udon's excellent hardcover release of The Rose of Versailles Volume 4 hardcover, Waiting for Spring Volume 14, Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, I thought I said that already, Volume 4, The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent Volume 2, Super X Heroes, because I was going off the previews list, but apparently over here it's a different release date, but we're going to repeat some titles. Super X Heroes Volume 1. That had a anime release last year. It had so much promise, and it was so terrible. So I don't know if the manga is as bad as the anime, so be cautious of that one. That's a little bit fancy too, so yeah. Saint Young Men Manga Omnibus Edition or Hardcover Edition, Volume 5. Rent a Girlfriend, Volume 5. Season 2 just got announced for next year, so I'm excited about that. Here we have Flying Witch, Volume 9, followed by Happy Sugar Life, Volume 8. I Cannot Reach You. I don't know if it's a full manga or a light novel, but I suspect it's a manga. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. I have a review for Volume 1 on my channel if you guys want to check that out. Pretty funny, fun series. It's an isekai. Kakegurui Twin, Volume 9. There's Penguin Gentleman. Love that cover. I don't know what's happening, but I love that cover.
What is this series? Can we look at that for a second?
Yeah. It says here, let's see. In a certain secret bar, the Penguin Gentlemen work, wearing their long-tailed tuxedos. You say it's cute how penguins waddle around? We're not just cute, we're dandy, sexy, and marvelous.
Oh,
That is the description. It's a comedy, fantasy slice of life. Penguin Gentleman features story and art by Kishi Ueno from Yen Press. So
all right.
cool. It does look interesting. I like the little penguin dude. Play It Cool, guys. Volume 1. Restaurant to Another World, Volume 4. I think this is getting an anime. I might be mistaken. There's too many
I
isekai.
think you're right. And I know that I don't keep up a lot with the anime, but I feel like I recognize the title as something that got recognition. Yeah. Unless I'm just remembering it from us talking about it before.
Probably. Next up, we've got Tonikawa, or Fly Me to the Moon, Volume 4. The anime ended recently, and I absolutely loved it. It is so charming and wholesome. I highly recommend this series if you want a rom-com with a more wholesome twist to it. Rine, Volume 38, from Rumiko Takahashi. Katakoi Lamp, from Tokyo Pop. Toritan Birds of Feather, Volume 2. Splatoon Squid Kids Comedy Show, Volume 3. With a Dog and a Cat, Every Day is Fun, Volume 3. That's super cute. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Volume 8. And one of the big ones, a lot of people are excited for this, ourselves included. Berserk Deluxe Edition, Omnibus, Volume 7, hardcover, whatever you want to call it, freaking Berserk, Volume 7 Deluxe. Everybody's got to get that.
And then 2 notes about this. First, this is the middle portion of the Conviction arc. So you'll get the end of Conviction in the next volume. So then after that is the Falcon of the Millennium Empire, which in my opinion is the best part of Berserk so far. And then the second note is for anyone who missed out on Volume 6, that should be available pretty soon. And it should be available for a little while. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Here's Q-chan, which he looks dashing. I love that little cat. Wonder Cat Q-chan, Volume 1, and it's a colored manga. Rarely do we see that these days. Arpeggio of Blue Steel, Volume 17. Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor, Volume 11. The Ideal Sponger Life, Volume 8.
I assume Sponger has some meaning in like gaming or like RPGs, but for me, I'm just thinking of someone who like gives retired people sponge baths in the old folks' home.
Yeah, I think he's a low-level tier character that the princess or the queen or something falls in love with him, but he's a lazy character or something like that from the description I read. I read that at the start of this. We swore to meet in the next life, and that's when things got weird. Volume 2. Arifureta, From Commonplace to World's Strongest, Volume 6. That's another random isekai. Oceans of Secret, from Tokyo Pop. And The Girl with the Sanpaku Eyes. What's cool about this, it's another colored manga. It's a comedy series, but that's pretty cool.
I didn't realize that was colored. Is it a re-release in color? Because I feel like we talked about this series a long time ago. Time is so weird. It probably was like a month ago.
I don't think it's gotten a re-release. I don't know.
I don't remember when we talked about the first one, it being in color.
Yeah. I don't know why My Little Pony's there, but apparently it is. My Little Pony manga, Volume 3. I had no idea it had a manga, so you'll apologize. You'll have to forgive me, I should say. I'm Standing on a Million Lives, Volume 9. Perfect World, Volume 5. Shomin Sample, Volume 14. Here we go. 3 or 4 to me. 4 big releases.
3 for me.
First of all, 3 for you. Shaman King. It was supposed to come out in February, but finally here we are.
Yeah.
Volume 1, Omnibus Edition, 3-in-1.
I'm so excited. I want to do a comparison video so I can show people like the difference and if it's worth it to track down the Shonen Jump version above the Kodansha version.
Yeah, do you like put both side to side, page quality, the contents, all that stuff. Next up, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Trinity and Tempest. It's a spin-off from the Reincarnated as a Slime manga series. I haven't checked this one out yet. I only collect the main series, but I do want to check out the spin-offs eventually. Here we have 20th Century Boys, which one of our viewers asked a little bit while ago. Volume 11. Is this the last one before
Yes.
21st Century?
This is the final volume of 20th Century Boys, and then we have one volume left, and that'll be the 21st Century Boys Perfect Edition, which I think will come out in 2 or 3 months after this.
I always wanted to collect that series, and I remember, I think I've said this on the show before, I had the previous editions. I had like 2 volumes, and then they announced these editions, and I said, oh, all right, I'll give mine away. I gave them to a friend, and I'll start getting the perfect editions. Totally forgot to do that. So I don't have a single one. But nonetheless, I want to get it. Next up is Beast Complex, which is sort of the prototype series, which eventually turned into Beastars.
I was about to say Beast Wars.
Beast Wars.
I think it's a short story collection, like an anthology of stories that, if I'm not mistaken, take place in the same universe as Beastars.
Yes. The description says it sets up, let's see, 7 short stories that set the scene for the Beastar series. I think it's probably random civilians stories or whatever. But there is a volume 2 that is coming out this year in Japan. So we will see that eventually over here. I literally saw the cover yesterday. I don't remember who posted it, but I saw it on Twitter. There was a volume 2 coming out.
Did not notice at all until now the number 1 on the, not just the description, but the cover. Yeah. Until you said that, I didn't even pay attention to the fact that, because I thought it was just a single volume thing.
Yeah. Beast Complex Volume 2. Let me check that out before we're done. Here we have Ruby, the official manga, Volume 2, followed by Beastars, Volume 11. There you go. And another popular series, another one that a lot of people are going to be getting, is Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku, Volume 7.
Oh, yeah. And that one, if you're not already checking it out, if the idea of like feudal Japan, like samurai versus monster demon type action sounds good to you, and also the fact that it's only going to be 13 volumes total sounds good to you, get on it now, because this is going to be one of the next big ones, especially because it has an anime around the corner.
This next one is not a manga. I have no idea why it's included, but it's Street Fighter, so it gets a pass. I am going to be getting this. It is the Street Fighter 5 hardcover. And no, it's not a manga. What are you doing, Red Stuff? Here we have another high-profile release. It is Meisane Koku Collector's Edition, Volume 3 coming out. Definitely getting this.
Oh, yeah.
Followed by a pretty bonker series, Nogan's Life, Volume 9.
I think one day I might return to that series, and like maybe when it's concluded or something, but it was just one of those that I kept like forgetting what was going on in between volumes, and I just eventually was like, okay, I'm not enjoying this.
It has the presence and it has the intriguing premise, but it just doesn't stick with you like other series. Because I was watching the anime and the same thing happened. I'm like, I don't want to keep watching. I sort of
what happened last week?
No, yeah. Here we have The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 15, and Rosa Versailles, Volume 5 from Udon.
I wonder if that one's going to get pushed back, because I doubt they do both 4 and 5 at the same time.
True. Here we have Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Volume 3, followed by Beauty and the Feast, Volume 1. BL Fans Love My Brother, and This Wonderful Season with You.
That looks like another BL.
Yep. Here we have more high-profile releases. The Fox and the Little Tanuki. That sounds really cool, actually. Volume 3. Actually, I want to check this out. What the heck is this? 86. Do you say 8686 or just 186? You're confusing me. 86 volume 2, because it says the number right there, and below it, it has. All right, 86 volume 2. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, which is getting an anime soon, so it could see a spike in popularity. And one of my picks of the month, Blood on the Tracks, volume 5.
So good.
Yep.
Have you read the material that would be in here? Yeah, you're caught up, right?
Yeah, I'm caught up with it, and it's insane.
Oh man.
Yep. When you think how weirder and crazier and disturbing can this series gets, it gets there.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Every volume, I'm like, it's not enough. Like, it's so hard for me to not pull the same that you did and just read it, because it like is such like an appetizer is what it feels like a small little piece of food, and I eat it, and I'm like slightly quenched for my desire for more, but then like it's never enough. I'm like, no, I need more. I need more. I need to know what happens next.
Here we have Bungo Stray Dogs, Volume 18. Can't Stop Cursing You, Volume 1. Carol and Tuesday, which was a phenomenal series. I'm very interested to see how it translates to manga form. Fire Force, Volume 22. Love that cover. I don't know what's happening, but I love that cover.
Interesting.
Here we have Otaku Elf, which is a reverse isekai where a fantasy elf creature lands on our world and is trying to adapt by playing Switch. Yeah, she has the Switch. That's awesome. Love it. Next up, we got Magical
Creamy
Angel,
Mommy.
Creamy Mommy and the Spoiled Princess, Volume 1.
Creamy Mommy.
Creamy Mommy. Not going to go too in-depth with that. The manga adaptation of Do You Love Your Mom and Her Two-Hit Multi-Target Attacks, Volume 4, is coming out.
Did you watch the anime for that?
Yeah, I did.
So
Go ahead.
What is it, an isekai?
She gets sucked into a video game with her son. They don't necessarily get along, and they start bonding. But then the story kind of gets ruined with needless fan servicey stuff and stupid humor, and lowbrow humor. It's all right.
Okay, because like I don't know, just the two-hit multi-target attacks for some reason like sounds like it's going to go in a different direction to me.
Yeah,
and I imagine, like, I don't know if you ever seen Tank Girl or like seen any of the Tank Girl comics where like there's one cover where she has like missiles on her bosom.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
That's what I'm imagining when I think two-hit multi-target attacks.
In this series, she uses two swords, and they're super overpowered, and for some reason, she's a very OP character. If I remember correctly, there's a plot about the game actually being made specifically for parents wanting to get along with their kids. It gets wild. Some of the characters have relationship issues, and that aspect is a little bit different, which intrigued me. But then it got just weighed down by all the needless tropes that just, I don't know. It had a quirky premise, but I didn't quite enjoy the show.
Okay.
Anyways, Fiance of the Wizard, Volume 3. Goblin Slayer Side Story 2, Dai Katana, Volume 1. Another spin-off from Goblin Slayer. Hana-chan and the Shape of the World. I don't know what's happening here, but I love this cover. A series I am digging, and I really want to read this, but freaking everybody's buying this series, and is Mushoku Tensei, and all the freaking volumes are out of stock. It's impossible to get at retail price. But Yeah, that's what happens when you get a brand new hit show or whatever. This is the spin-off Roxy Gets Serious, Volume 5. Next up, we've got Species Domain, Volume 9. Uh, Great Priest Emotep, Volume 8. That cover looks cool. I like the contrast there with the yellow. In Another World with my smartphone, which I suspect will run out of battery eventually. Uh, Kaiju Girl Caramelise, Volume 4. I do want to read this because of the kaiju aspect. Not gonna lie, I kind of
Yeah, I feel the same.
Chasing After Aoi Koshiba, Volume 1. This probably looks like a Yuri slice of life. This one, no, it's not an H manga. Don't freak out. It's a Yuri romance thing. Our teachers are dating. Apparently, that's what you do when you date. You go into with your teacher into bathtub.
It's a pretty promiscuous cover, though.
I don't see that being sold. I don't know. People are gonna flip out when they see that at Borders or not Borders.
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Borders.
Yeah. Oh, I miss Borders. Kingdom of Z, Volume 3. Rainbow and Black. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. She lives in a monochrome world, and the little monster thing introduces color to it. I'm very excited about this one. I'll read it off later. We got Inspector Volume 13. I really like this series. Do recommend it. Here we have Carnival Volume 11. Last Round Arthur's Volume 2. Love of Kill Volume 1. Lust Geass, which has nothing to do with Code Geass. I just wanted to point that out. Please put them on Takamine-san Volume 1. Okay. Anyways, this one is really cool. Reborn as a Polar Bear. The title is a little bit longer. Give me one quick second because I want to read the whole thing. It is Reborn as a Polar Bear, the legend of how I became a forest guardian. That sounds awesome. Heaven's Design Team, which I did not know had an anime, and I have it on my queue list. I want to watch it. Strawberry Fields, once again, Volume 2. Oh my god, there are a lot of stuff, a lot of titles. At that time, I got reincarnated as a slime. The Ways of the Monster Nation, Volume 4. That's another spin-off from Slime. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 8. The Vampire and His Pleasant Companions, Volume 2. When a Magician's Pupil Smiles, manga. It's a one-shot, apparently. Real Account Omnibus, Volumes 12 to 14. A real account. Danganronpa, another episode. Ultra Despair Girls, Volume 3. Roll Over and Die. I Will Fight for an Ordinary Life with My Love and Cursed Sword, Volume 1. Here's another popular rom-com, The Quintessential Quintuplets, Volume 13. They keep going. Jesus. Love and Heart, Volume 1. Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, Volume 13. I think that ended. My Boy, Volume 7. Drugstore in Another World, The Slow Life of a Cheat Pharmacist. Interesting. Volume 1. So
does the pharmacist like prescribe cheat codes to people? Is it? I'm just trying to imagine like what the.
Let's see. Drugstore says when corporate drone Reiji wakes up in another world, he comes face to face with a fatally wounded werewolf. Thankfully, Reiji's new medicine maker skill enables him to brew uniquely effective potions. Alongside his new wolf girlfriend, Reiji and his amazing cures are ready to revolutionize this fantasy world. Be they an old man seeking the secret of youth or an elven archer with blurry vision, all comers are welcome to his countryside pharmacy. I'm not gonna lie, that's something I would read. I want to check that out. High Rise Invasion Omnibus. Are you still getting this series?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think that's the second to last volume also,
Ooh,
because
nice.
I think it ended with 21 volumes, and I was looking up online, and it looks like the final volume will be a 3-in-1.
Cool. Also, a lot of people are going to be probably looking for the volumes because of the anime. It
Yeah.
started on Netflix, so I'm pretty sure it's going to get a spike in sales.
Yes. So if you're interested, definitely grab that now, because Seven Seas is often a company that doesn't do much reprints.
Hmm.
So definitely jump on it now if you enjoy, any part of the anime.
Yeah. Uh, One of my spirit animals. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably know this already. But I love Umaru-chan. She's awesome. Volume one, G1. This is a spin-off manga. G1, Volume One of that series. Ghostly Things, Volume 3. And this is probably one of my picks for the month. I highly recommend this series. It is BL Metamorphosis. I did a review on Volume 1 if you want to check it out. Basically, it's an old grandma and a young girl, a high school girl, and they form a sweet friendship over the fact that they enjoy reading BL manga. And it sounds kind of wacky, but when you read it, it's really wholesome. The relationship that's formed and how she's a recently widowed uh, older person, and how she meets this high schooler and she's helping her with her problems, high school stuff and drama and all that. And obviously, she helps the grandma by having this social life all of a sudden now that she's in this new phase of her life. So it's a really wholesome series. Don't get distracted by the BL thing if that's not your thing. It's not about that. It is, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. Here we have Precarious Woman Executive Miss Black General, Volume 6. How to Treat a Magical Beast, Volume 5. Made in Abyss, Volume 9. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Volume 10. Season 2 is coming out. I can't wait for that. And here we have the end of the list. Sayonara Football, Farewell, My Dear Kramer, Volume 4. And 2 Osamu Tezuka books, which I'm very tempted to get. Here we have Storm Fairy, which is, I think it's like 3 short stories from Tezuka set in the forest with fairies and stuff. And the other one is a crime series in the USSR in the 80s or something like that. I don't know. Crime and Punishment from Osamu Tezuka. Let me check real quick if it's actually the USSR. I hope I didn't make that up.
I mean, it looks like the text is in what do they call it, acrylic or whatever.
In Russia, on the eve of the revolution, a young student named Raskolnikov murders an old pawnbroker over a pocket watch. Although an innocent man is quickly arrested for the crime, Raskolnikov's own published essay suggesting that people who are extraordinary are above such things as right and wrong draws the suspicion of Judge Porfiry, who will catch up to Raskol. I can't read these names, sorry. Yeah, it's a drama. It's set in the eve of the revolution. That's all you got to know in Russia. So that is that. That's all the stuff that's coming out.
So some pretty good stuff. And I put in my pre-order for the first like half of the stuff. Well, it was a few books from the end of last month. So whenever things are in stock, I guess I'll wind up getting these Saint Seiya Saintia Show 12, Wave Listen to Me 5, Soul Eater hardcover 3, Ajin 16. Ajin ended in Japan. I think volume 18 will be the last volume. I'm trying out Solo Leveling. I'd actually heard from my brother-in-law. He recommended it to me a year ago or so, and I never checked it out. Dr. Stone, the spinoff with Byakuya. Not Byakuya from Bleach, unfortunately. No. Haikyuu 43. Dragon Ball Super Volume 12, which I've really been enjoying with the new arc about Moro. Spy Family 4, Beast Complex, Zelda Twilight Princess 8, which that one's supposed to be ending soon, but I don't think we know how many volumes. And then right now, if you order any in-stock Viz Media item, they're also throwing in at Right Stuff a free Zom 100 mask. So like a face mask to wear so you don't catch the COVIDs.
Yeah. I think I placed an order. I don't think I got the mask, which sucks because I wanted one.
Dang.
But I wanted to read you something real quick. How much time we got? You good?
I got 6 minutes.
All right. Rainbow and Black. Shida Hoshi Kurue is a college student who's tired of living in black and white. Then an adorably strange creature brings all the colors of the rainbow into her life. Kurue must learn what exactly this strange creature is as it upends her monochrome existence. So, yeah. I definitely.
Is this one is that one for this month?
Volume 2 comes out this month, but Volume 1's already out. Here's the cover for it.
I remembered the title.
Which is great because, manga's in black and white, and introducing several certain aspects in color is going to be really interesting when you read it. So I do want to check that out.
Cool. Let's see. I'm looking, just was paying attention to the questions as they were coming in. Cesar had asked about restocking of Wolverine and Uncanny X-Men 2. And N-Man did mention that Wolverine has been on Amazon US for a number of days. Right now, Diamond does not have availability of either of those, whether DM or regular cover. That was about the booby missile one.
Yeah.
So stores like In-Stock Trades, Cheap Graphic Novels, other online comic shops, mycomicbookshop.com, I think is another one. A new one that has come up recently, Organic Priced Comics, I think is what he's called. They're not going to be able to get those books. But I don't know what the book market has. So, obviously Amazon has that, but Amazon could also wind up getting Uncanny X-Men as well.
Cesar, I asked earlier and I skipped it. I'm sorry. Hey bros, I got Junji Ito's Tomie, Uzumaki, Gyo. I want to try manga out. Is there a particular order to read this, or are they standalone titles? You can read in whatever order you want. They're completely separate from each other.
Yeah. The order that they were, I think they were released, Gyo, Uzumaki, and Tomie in the hardcovers.
Yeah.
Gyo and Uzumaki are long form stories, and Tomie is a bunch of it's like an anthology series of just stories about the same character, this girl Tomie, which basically she's this beautiful young woman who haunts people, haunts men and stuff like that, and she'll always something happens and she dies, and then she always comes back. Just unexplained, she comes back and haunts these people. Tomie is the one that actually scared me the most.
Really?
I was reading it in the dark in Colorado in a cabin by myself.
Go figure.
Yeah, and it scared the poop out of me. And then Uzumaki is creepy, and Gyo is more, you get a lot of his sense of his humor in his horror.
Yep.
So those are the three, I would say, outside of No Longer Human, those are probably the three best books to get you started. But I will be doing a Junji Ito video at some point in the future. I've already got all my notes down. I'm going to talk about everything that they have out and then everything that's not in the US, and just a bunch of information about him and his material.
Yeah. A lot of people disregard that when they talk about Ito. Obviously, there's a scary factor to it. the drawings and the themes and all that stuff, but he has a lot of humor and social commentary on things in Japan, and a lot of people just completely miss that when they read their books. And sometimes the joke won't land, and people won't realize they're reading a scary story, but it's actually meant to be a criticism of something or a social commentary. That happened a lot with the short stories.
Hmm.
So that's why I love Ito so much. He can do so much with the horror genre and twist it in different ways. Gabrielle is asking, have we read the Origin Gundam? I've only read the first hardcover, and I haven't gotten the rest because I have very limited shelf space, and I forgot to keep going with that series. But I've seen the OVA, and I've seen the Universal Century Gundam stuff, so I do recommend the Origin manga regardless.
I haven't read it yet. I do own half of them, but I have like sporadic volumes. Like I have like 1, 2, 4, 6, 12 or something like that. And I haven't started reading it yet, but I every time I see one for cheap, I try to pick it up. Yeah, I just checked and it looks like a lot of High Rise Invasion, at least on Diamond, which Right Stuff does not get stuff through Diamond. I asked them back at the beginning of the pandemic, I asked them like, hey, are your things going to be delayed because of the whole shutdown with Diamond? And they said, no, we don't get our supply from Diamond. So I don't know if they go through Penguin or I guess Hatchet, because Hatchet is where they usually have their catalog come up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're out of print everywhere, but at least on Diamond they are. And then also, real quick before I jump out, Luke Davey asking, do we know when they get new stock? Because he's wondering about Yu Yu Hakusho and Slam Dunk, 2 amazing series, 2 of my favorites of all time. That I mentioned earlier in the video about like I think that they're having trouble, but they're trying to put out reprints of stuff. And I've mentioned this, I don't remember if it was on this show or if it was elsewhere, that basically it seems like there might be a limit to how much they're able to get printed from whatever their printers are. So they're trying to focus on the currently ongoing titles at the moment. So they're trying to churn out stuff like Chainsaw Man is just now coming back, like the first volume I've seen pop up places. Stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 0 and Volume 8, for instance, went out real quick. Demon Slayer, those series are trying to keep in print, and then they will slowly issue new printings of these older titles like Yu Yu Hakusho and Slam Dunk. And those 2 series have been available for years. So I personally would find it a little bit less believable that they would let them both go out of print. And it's just looking at how many series have gone out of print. I know that almost every week, I know N-Man will mention several different series and that have gone out. He mentioned earlier that something did come back. So I think that it's just a matter of time. I don't know exactly how long it'll be, but it's just however quickly that Viz Media can get those reprints out for us. Yeah. So if you can hold out if you can and not buy like secondhand overpriced volumes, fingers crossed that I'm not wrong on this. But I'm going to go and take a walk around the neighborhood, and then I have a video to edit so that I can have a I'm really proud of this joke before I go. And since y'all are watching, I don't know how many people are watching live, but you guys can have the joke first. So it's a video for Falcon and Winter Soldier and like stuff that I'm looking forward to, or not looking forward to, that I'm recommending people to read in preparation for that show. And at the beginning of the video, I'm like, all right, now that WandaVision is over, and how about that ending? Wow, who would have seen that coming? And then I'm going to have a caption that says, this was filmed before the final episode aired. I had no idea what happened. So
yeah,
I think I'm funny.
You are. Don't worry.
Your picture, though, the picture with the giant Attack on Titan was priceless.
Oh, I had to do it.
It was so
I saw
good.
Nelson commenting. I'm like, I have to take a shot at it, of course. before you go, here's the cover for Beast Complex 2.
Damn.
That got, I think Itagaki herself tweeted out the image. So yeah.
All right. Well, that is beautiful, and I'm gonna get out of here.
Omnibus
Peace out.
Collectors, where can they find you?
You can find me at the Omnibus Collector, of course, and then on this show every Thursday, doing either the manga thing or the comic thing with Jess on alternating weeks.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for tuning in, man.
All right, man. Peace
Appreciate
out.
it. Good night. All right. I was asked earlier if I was gonna stay. Yeah, I got another 10 minutes for you guys. So I really like the background that I was using, so let me find something to share real quick. I can share this stuff, the previews. Let's do the previews. We're going to share the screen right here. All right. We're going to leave it there. Can I? No. There we go. Yeah. So I got another 10 minutes for you guys. Whatever questions you got, I'm here to answer them and all that fun stuff. So out of all that stuff that's coming out, I already placed an order, pre-order. I am getting the two Beastars books, Beast Complex or whatever, and Beastars Volume 11. I'm grabbing some older series because I want, and I said this on my channel, I want to beef up my collection with some like famous manga, and I started getting the Gantz Omnibus, even though the future is uncertain for it. I still want to grab them anyways. So I have the first three on the way. I already have Volume 1. I ordered, Volume 2 and Volume 3. And I've been getting some Taiyo Matsumoto works as well. And I'm really excited. I'm really freaking excited. RJ Jacobs is asking, short manga series, 5 to 15 volumes you would recommend. Between 5 and 15 volumes for short manga series. I would say I really enjoyed Ran in the Grey World. I know a lot of people have some issues with certain aspects of the story, but I like it. I made a video on it. I enjoyed it. I could look past the problematic stuff that people were talking about. I would recommend that. It's only 7. It's only 7 volumes. Inio Asano is pretty short. I mean, Goodnight Poon Poon is what, 8 books. Dead Dead Demon is on volume 8 or something, and it's ending soon, so that also fits. Blaz is saying a silent voice. Yeah, get the hardcovers. Don't get the box set that's coming out. Wait for the hardcovers. That is coming out in August or September. We should be getting the first hardcover. Attack on Titan Colossal editions. There we go. Right now we have 5 of them. It's probably going to be either 6 or 7 of them total once the series wraps up. The Ethos stuff I always recommend for short manga read, especially the short stories. I love short horror stories. To me, they're more exciting than the long form ones because it's quick, bite-sized pieces of horror that can spook you. Let's see. Shoot. What else? The Ancient Magus Bride is currently 16 volumes, I think. Death Note, there we go. Death Note has 12 volumes. The Flowers of Evil, which I recently got as well. It's only 4 big 3-in-1s. That's also good. Don't get the Shonen Jump stuff because Shonen Jump, the majority of them easily are probably 20 to 40 volumes per series for long-running series. Demon Slayer is actually 23 volumes. So, wonder how they'll look. Might replace my box set with the hardcovers. There is, I don't have the picture with me, but there is an European version, which I shared on Twitter, I want to say, and they looked pretty cool. They reminded me of not as tall as the Berserk Deluxe editions, but close enough, a little bit thinner. One was blue, and the other one was either pink or fuchsia colored or something like that. Just two nice editions. Um, I suspect we're gonna get that. Speaking of the Ancient Magus Bride, I wonder if there will be a second season to the anime. They covered so much ground with that I hope so, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know. We're pretty much caught up with the manga release too. I mean, we're probably like one volume behind with Japan, probably. I don't know. RJ Jacobs. I read Japanese. I don't buy English volumes of manga, so I don't have to wait for hardcovers. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah, we wait for hardcovers basically because we love the deluxe treatment and oversized artwork and all that stuff. But if you can read the original, go for it, man. That's awesome. God bless. Maybe Promise Neverland will get a box set. I hope so. I'm not disappointed with the anime like a lot of people are. They were so up in arms, and yet this was known before the season started that they were going to do this, that they were going to go into a different story arc at the request of the mangaka. But now that the anime is close to wrapping up on the second season, once that's done, I want to start reading it on the. I have the Shonen Jump app, so I will probably read the whole series, just to get the stuff that I missed and the full picture. Have you read Holy Land? I have not. I am an authentic weeb. You're an awesome weeb, RJ. Let's see if I missed anything over here. I think some vagabond Vizbigs are gone. Dude, I had an opportunity to grab them for a good price, but I didn't have the money at the time, and I let them slip by. But I would love for them to reprint that stuff so I can grab it. Eric, thank you for joining. So, are they making an Attack on Titan hardcover box set? Something like that is solicited on Amazon. I think so, but I don't think it's going to be oversized. I think it's just going to be the. I mean, they're constantly coming out with box sets for what they call seasons within the manga. Maybe that's what you saw. Um, now that's an anime award winner for best anime of 2020. Jujutsu Kaisen, please. I voted for something completely different. I'm not a fan of Crunchyroll's anime awards. I like the idea. I just don't like that it's open to the public. Not a fan of that. You think your name manga will ever get a different format like other countries that have either a box set or hardcover? Nope, I don't think we're gonna get that. I think I think the anime is the thing. I don't think North America is interested in getting the your name book form. That's my opinion, though. Do you happen to know whether the Monster Perfect Editions volumes that are currently unavailable are out of print or just out of stock? Out of stock. Urasawa is Golden and Viz and all the sites and all that stuff. They restock and reprint and all that stuff. So it'll come back. Monster it's one of the top tier series of all time, in my opinion. It'll come back. It just takes a while. I just picked up Shigatsu Kimi no Utsu today in the mail. Your Lie in April in English. Nice. I can't I can't do that series. It shattered my heart. I can't revisit that. I should say. Last year I hoarded Vagabond, Vinland Saga, Golden Kamuy, and Promised Neverland. Might be light on my wallet, but so worth it, dude. Yes. The thing is, for anybody watching that doesn't know anything about me, I love both mediums. I love anime and love manga equally, but I kind of lean towards anime. The Billy bookshelf right there is filled with a lot of anime on Blu-ray. Vinland Saga, I watched the show on Amazon Prime when it came out, the first season. Vagabond, I've read like one or two chapters. That's it. And I want to collect that manga. Golden Kamui, I have the series on Blu-ray, and if I already have the Blu-ray, I'm not gonna get the manga because I don't want to waste money on the same thing in two different formats. Um, and Promise Neverland, I was gonna buy the manga, but I realized I have it on the app. I'll just read it from there. But I do want to freaking get Vagabond and Vinland Saga. It seems that late 2018, early 2019 was the time to get into some series. It seems after that it has been hard for some people to find some volumes. Yeah, uh, it sucks because they get there's a lot of people jumping in on the manga train that they weren't there before, and every year, with more shows coming out adapting older series, interest peaks, and people want that stuff. Uh, so it's a competition. But yeah, I agree. The manga is way better. Oh, of course. I've never questioned this. The source material is the source material, and it is the best. But I'm a huge fan of animation as a whole, so I will watch the shows sometimes first. But that's just me. Dorohedoro too. Yeah, Dorohedoro. I remember when the anime first started, and it kept getting traction on social media. And I just saw Volume One out of stock, Volume Two out of stock, Volume Three out of stock, and then all of a sudden you would look on sites like Right Stuff, for example, or In Stock Trades, and everything's out of stock. Every single volume. Same with Demon Slayer. As soon as that first season started ending, and people were watching. I remember when Demon Slayer trended with episode, I think it's 19 or 20, the big episode of season one. When that show started trending worldwide on Twitter, all the volumes were out. And you would Google that stuff, or you would look on the websites, on the stores, and they were all sold out. It was insane. And that's the thing. RJ, when is your 2021 room tour video coming out? I usually do them in September because that's my birthday month, and I don't know. I wanted to, instead of doing it at the beginning of the year, I'd like to do them that month because it's my birthday and all that stuff. Thank you, and man, you're the bomb. Luke, are these Rumiko Takahashi Collector's Edition limited one and done printings? No, I think they'll get a second printing. Because they've been putting a lot of effort into that stuff. Maison, Urusei Yatsuda, all that stuff. I think it'll stay for a little bit. I wanted to get Urusei Yatsuda, but I have no space for it. Usually, anime is my introduction to some series. If I like an anime enough, I read the manga to see if there are any differences. It's a great way to tell somebody that is unsure about a manga series. The other day, somebody was asking about Hellsing, the deluxe hardcovers, the last one's coming out this year. Somebody was asking, "Oh, I don't know if Hellsing's going to be for me." My go-to answer is watch the anime, the Hellsing Ultimate OVAs, and if you like that stuff, go ahead and pick up the manga because. So yeah, it's a great way to introduce people to manga through anime. It's a symbiotic relationship. You can't hate on the two, you know. Tolga, strange volumes are missing, like Assassination Classroom Volume 14 is out of print. Blade of the Immortal Omnibus Volume 9, High Rise Volume 4. Now the final issues are the first. Yeah, I suspect that maybe it has to do with the fact that, like with an omnibus with Western comics, like you'll have the first one that sells a lot, and then Volume 2 doesn't print as much because it's a Volume 2, and then people that were buying Volume 1, they buy Volume 2, they buy Volume 3, and keep going, but they get less and less prints as the volumes keep showing up. So maybe that's why some of them go out of print. I don't know. Really interested in her works. Um, Wait a minute. Before I reveal why I'm laughing, yeah, okay. I'm laughing because that is my second name. So you're not wrong there. I got the joke, but you're not wrong. That's my second name. Maison and Koku singles are very nice too. I have them. Yeah. I haven't started reading them. I'm waiting to get volume three, so I have a big chunk to go through. Next, Imaginaut. Do you currently have any inside connections at Viz, Dark Horse, Kodansha, Tokipa, or are Omar and Riley the only ones? Omar has a lot of contacts. Riley, I'm not so sure. I don't. The only company that's ever talked back with me is Seven Seas. I've come in contact with them on occasions, and they do send me review copies for my channel to talk about some of the manga. Like, what was the one I reviewed? The maxed out my level 300 years, which whatever. That was thanks to them. I got the review copy and did that video. So yeah, everybody else, I'm a small channel. My channel is not that big. Nobody cares. They just like to see the big numbers, and then they come in contact with you. I asked, nobody cared. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep geeking out with my stuff. Hellsing Ultimate is better than the manga. I want to agree. Yes. I know it's sacrilegious for some people, but I enjoy the Ultimate more than the manga. Coincidentally, I'm on that boat as well. Those Hellsing Deluxe editions are really nice. They look amazing with that faux leather red color. Love them. But I have the full, the 10 OVAs. I'm good with that. Blade of the Immortal 9 is on Amazon. Nice. I'm collecting Blade through the deluxe editions, so it might be a while. I've never read it. I've watched the anime, but I've never read the story, so it might be a while before you see me reviewing it. How will some people react when they buy all of Berserk in hardcover and it is not complete? I am looking forward to that day because a lot of people are buying into the hype. They're watching the videos for certain YouTubers and all that stuff, and they're getting into Berserk, and they're going to be heartbroken when they realize there's no ending. But that's part of the Berserk experience, in my opinion. Yeah. So that is about it. I have to be wrapping up because I got other stuff to take care of. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Before I do go, I want to remind you guys that a lot of the manga that we talked about on this show, you can get at our sponsor's website. That is, of course, the fabulous people at InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off, manga included. And if you order $50 or more in that order, you get free shipping. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And hey, fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging when you search for InStockTrades.com. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I love every single one of you. You guys are the absolute best. The show is a lot of fun. I do apologize at the beginning for starting a little bit late, but technical hiccups. I didn't have internet to start the thing, so I was going crazy trying to solve things, but fortunately, they did. So, yeah. Should be widely known Berserk isn't finished yet. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Oh, Nalo, thank you for joining. Started my March by buying JoJo 6251, a really nice art book. I've seen that. One of my friends has it, and it looks really cool. I kind of want to get those, but some of them are kind of pricey. I don't know which is the art book that has like a traveling suitcase or something like that. I might be mistaking the art book for something else, but that one looks really nice. Another art book that I want is the Dorohedoro one, but you can't get that. You might have to import it from Amazon Japan or something like that. So I might have to look into that. Hiatus. The really expensive ones are really nice, but they're upwards of $100 to $300. Nah, I'm good. You can keep those. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Your positive attitude and insightful reviews. Thank you so much for joining. That's what matters. That you guys are enjoying and chatting with me and all that stuff. God bless. Also, I know it's not manga or anime related, but I don't know if you guys saw. Shoot, let's do one more thing. Give me a second here. All right. So let's see if I have the thing. There is. This is really freaking cool, guys. There it is. Okay. So I'm a huge fan of Kotobukiya. They're one of my favorite figure and statue makers, and I love their Bishoju series. I was gonna cave and buy the Mira Bishoju because it looks awesome, but I already have a Mira statue that I love, which is the Bombshells one. It's one of my all-time favorite statues. However, they recently announced something completely different, unexpected, and I'm so looking forward to it. It is. Let's share this over here. Share my screen, right? Okay. Okay, I'm going off the rails, but it's worth it. All right, so I don't know how many of you guys are Darkstalker fans, but wow. Okay, yes, please. Darkstalkers merch, statues, figures. Let's make a comeback. I need more Darkstalkers in my life. That's one of my all-time favorite fighting games. I'm so excited that we're getting a Bishojo statue, and as you can see there, the first one is Morrigan, then Felicia, and the third one is Unknown. So I'm getting them, and they're sort of manga-ish related because Japan, but nonetheless, I'm really excited about it. Sorry, Mira, I'm gonna get the Morrigan instead. So there you go. Let's see if I have some last minute questions here before we wrap up. Next, Imaginaut. One more question. Which version of Evangelion would you recommend a complete Eva noob to start with? The purpose of the rebuild of Evangelion was for them to be accessible for new fans, but that changed because once you start that series, you're going to be super confused. Uh, when you first start the Evangelion series, you're probably going to think, oh man, this isn't for me. It's a little bit too dark. It's a little bit too morbid. I don't understand some of the things that are happening, or maybe some of the tropes and stuff are maybe a little bit outdated, but stick with it because it revolutionized the genre for a reason. It's awesome. I honestly, I'm one of those guys that would say, watch the original and have the experience of not knowing what the heck is happening and yet feeling like this is awesome. Then you go into the movies. You don't have to watch the recap movie. I forgot the name. Death of Evangelion. You don't have to watch that. You go into End of Evangelion, and you're still going to be confused. So then, when you watch the rebuild movies, you appreciate the effort that Anno went into rebuilding the franchise and rebooting it for a new audience, new generation, all that stuff. The rebuild stuff is basically an alternate universe, in my opinion. The manga here is pretty great. It came out a few months after the anime first started, and it tells a slightly different story and has a different take on the ending that a lot of people prefer over the original show. But still, I would suggest, with it being such an emblematic series, watch the original. Start with that, and then branch off. I hope that helps. For someone who would like to get into manga, which boxer would be best, Battle Angel Alita or Akira? You already like the Alita movie. Get the battle. I mean, you're good with either. They're both excellent, right? If you already liked the Alita movie, you can't go wrong with the manga. So I would get that. I would get that. Keep in mind, you could watch the Akira movie, I don't know if you've seen it already, and know that the story wasn't finished, and the manga completes that, and it's superior, and the art is fantastic. Alita, cyberpunk aesthetic, battle manga tropes, and meanwhile you have Akira with post-apocalyptic, psychological aspects, and body horror elements, and people with strange superpowers and all that. So yeah, it all depends on what mood you're in for, but you're good with either. You have not watched the Akira movie. Get the Alita box set. Get the Alita box set, and later on, if you can, watch the Akira movie. And if you like what you see, read the manga. That's what I would do. But Akira is a classic for a reason. But just on a purely technical achievement, I highly recommend watching the Akira movie, even though I know the manga is better. But just on a technical level, it's a must watch. The true OG sub voice actor or the updated sub audio version currently on Netflix. I like the original. I like the sub original, and I like the ADV dub with Spike Spencer and gang. That's what I recommend, because if you like those voices, because they were pretty emblematic in the late '90s, they almost all of them came back when Funimation acquired the rebuild movies, and that was a real treat to listen to the original dub voices in the rebuild movies. Or if you're not a dub person, the OG stuff is great as well. There you go. I love that I'm chatting with you guys, and I'm just putting up a freaking cheesecake image right there with Morgan, just teasing everybody. I really don't care. Yeah. Do you think they will make more Alita box sets? Love the hardcover format. The thing is, we're getting the reprints of said box set in soft cover form this year. Volume 1 is already scheduled for July, and I think Right Stuff already has a solicit for it. I don't know. It might have another secret reprints like they did with Akira, because I know Akira has had another reprint and it's still in stock, but they said this is it. What's out there is out there. I don't think they're going to reprint that 35th anniversary box set or something. Is it the 35th? I don't remember. But the anniversary box set that's out now, that is the last of that batch. And I need to get on that and get that box set because I don't own it. But I don't know. I want to believe they'll reprint it again, but don't count on multiple reprints because I think they're going to move forward with the. Oh, you meant the next series. Sorry. But for the original series, I'll keep my statement. Don't expect a lot of reprints for that. I meant for the next series, I have the Last Order Omnis. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think the box set sold well enough that Kodansha might be thinking of putting out the remaining stuff in hardcover box set format. Unless there's a 40th one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or, I think maybe they'll wait for the 50th anniversary. Maybe they'll do like a deluxe 3-in-1 thing or something. I don't know. That might be what they do later on. So, Alita Mars Chronicle final volume was supposed to come out in 2020. Why did it take 1 year for it to be released? I don't know. Could be scheduling issues, art, pandemic stuff, lots of factors. So, yeah. But with that said, Morrigan has to go. I gotta go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. God bless. I love every single one of you. Thank you for supporting this channel, supporting this manga show, which doesn't get a lot of views compared to other streams that we do, but you guys are the best. You stick with us. Tolga said it best. Hit the like button. Manga needs more love. Amen to that, brother. Thank you, everybody, so much. You can find me on my channel, A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, and manga. That's A Week in Geekdom here on YouTube. I would appreciate if you could tune in for those videos as well. So thank you, everybody. Bye, Geo. Bye, Morgan. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I need to have a sip of water before I go. So thank you, everybody. Um, the next show will be on Sunday with the WandaVision finale and Jess talking about that and whatever happens on Sundays. The next manga stream, there's a topic that we're trying to discuss off screen. So hopefully it does happen and we make it and we make that show. But stay tuned. 2 weeks from now, we'll have another manga themed episode. We'll chat then some more. So from Morgan, Riley, who was on earlier, and myself, thank you everybody for tuning in. God bless. For real now. Gotta go.